thoughts are literally things. And it's not only things, it's the most important thing in your life. Your thoughts are the most important things in your life. Every great philosopher in the world agreed on the fact that you become what you think about and you express what you think about. If you think about something for very long, you're going to speak about it. So who you are and how you're perceived by the world are both completely dictated by your thoughts. And you think maybe material things in the world are the most important things, but let me give you two quick examples. Let's say you're extremely depressed. But we give this depressed person everything in the world he ever wished for, every goal he could ever achieve, but he still has the depression. Do you think he fundamentally is more happy now? No. But if you would take his depression away and you would change his thoughts and change how he feels, because that's depression, right? That's a thought circle going around based on a negative emotion, or the depression itself, then he would be completely changed, fundamentally changed. The quality of his life would be fundamentally different. So that example dictates already how important the quality of your thoughts are. I'm not going to give you the other example because I think the video is going to get too long then. I'm sorry I got you excited. But now you know that thoughts are literally the most important things in the world, more important than any physical goal you could ever achieve in your lifetime. So, why listen to me about thoughts? Why listen to me about emotions? Well, my name is Boris. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 22 years old, so I'm living in the mountains of Mexico. But when I was younger, when I was like 15, 16, I was struggling so much with my negative thoughts, with my fears, that my complete life was dictated about it. From the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep, I thought I was going to die. I had this fear of dying. All my thoughts were picturing that I would die the next moment. So constantly I was in a fear of dying. Every other day, like maybe like one day not and one day, so maybe 3-4 times a week, I would have a big panic attack. 2 times ambulance was called. Multiple times I had panic attacks where I wanted people to call the ambulance because I thought I was dying. And it's quite a heavy and big subject to talk about. But I did my inner work, I would say. Not to claim any respect or to brag about myself, but I did the inner work and it was a heavy process. And now I could say I cleared 80-90% of all these negative thoughts. I feel way better. I feel free. I have a beautiful girlfriend. I'm living my life. I am living my purpose. I am not really bothered anymore too much by negative thoughts. I wouldn't say I'm perfect or enlightened. I still have my bad moments where I'm sinking in negative feelings, but I know and I've learned so much through this process. So I have a method, a system, and a mindset I want to share with you in order for you to also break free from these negative thoughts, negative emotions, and finally live the life you really want to live and feel the way you really want to feel. Because most of the time we're so bothered by these negative things that we are not even the person we really are. Basically, breaking free from negative thoughts and emotion is the only fundamental change you can make as a person. All the things you can achieve, the good physique, the nice car, will not fundamentally change you as a person. The only thing that will fundamentally change you as a person is if you change your thoughts and if you change your feelings. So, that's what we're going to talk about today, so make sure you check it out. First, let's address a little bit about the society, which is a very important point to realize. If we're feeling bad and if we are thinking negative in the Western society, the thing we do is we want to get rid of it. Everyone you talk about negative emotions and negative feelings, let's say you go to your parents, we are thinking in solutions. Oh, we should do this. Oh, we should do this. Oh, how are we going to get rid of it? Oh, we need to do yoga. We need to go to a therapy. Oh, fuck. Everything we try to do on the moment we tell people we are struggling with negative thoughts and emotions is a method how to get rid of it. That's something you need to realize, and I hope we're on the same wavelength on that. And that's automatically the thoughts you get as well. Okay, fuck, I feel bad. How can I get rid of it? In the society, so we don't really share how we're really feeling, because people are going to come to us and people are going to think we're crazy, so we're going to be judged, or we are scared to be judged, and people are going to come to us with immediate solutions of how we can get rid of how we're really feeling. So in both ways, we're like, fuck it, we'll keep it secret. We'll keep secret how we really feel. These deep emotions, these negative thoughts, we don't speak about it. So we keep it secret. We keep this part of ourselves hidden. You know, I say a part of yourself. Maybe it sounds you don't follow, but of course these negative thoughts and these negative feelings are a part of yourself, because you notice them and you live in them. So it's a part of yourself. It's not someone else's. It is yours. Well, you experience it basically. So what we do in our society in the Western world is, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. How are you? Yeah, good. So we always have to feel good, and we always have to say we're doing good, because that's how the world functions nowadays. So we put on a fake smile, we put on this fake persona, our ego, and everything is doing fine. But deep down, nothing is fine. We're feeling like shit. But we don't acknowledge it to people, and we don't acknowledge it to ourselves. So what do we do? Fundamentally, what do we do is we have a negative thought, we have a negative emotions, and we're trying to get a tactic to get rid of it. We don't want it to be there, so we want to get rid of it. And what is this? This is resistance. We resist this. Some negative thing comes up, boom, we resist it. We go everywhere in the world to get rid of it. All the methods in the world we tried. Human beings have tried all the methods in the world to get rid of this. Medication is the biggest one. Oh, you're feeling depressed? Here's medication. So you can get rid of it, or you can mask it so you don't have to feel it. So what we resist persists. So as long as we resist these negative thoughts and feelings, it persists. Now I want to ask you, do you want to live a whole life, a whole existence, where you are bothered by these negative thoughts and feelings, and it persists until the moment you die? Is that what you really want? Because that's the trajectory which every person in the Western world is basically on, almost, you know? If you follow the normal mindset, and if you would follow the medical system, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't think you want that. But why do we do this? Why do we fundamentally resist this? Why are we in a war with these negative parts of ourselves? I think human beings right now are afraid of the darkness. I think we in the Western world are afraid of the darkness. And with the darkness, I mean the negative thoughts, the emotions, these shitty feelings. So we label them as shitty, we label them as unwanted, we don't see any value in them, we don't see that they're a part of life, and then we put them in a corner and we're like, this is bad. We need to get rid of this, we are in a war with this, we need to fight this, and that's why we have all these things in order to get rid of it. And that's why we're judged, and that's why we're pushing this away. These parts of ourselves, this darkness, we push away. So we go in the positive mindset, and we're forcing the positive, and everything is fine. And we put this mask on that everything is fine. And we become a surface level being where we have no depth, because we have no depth of feeling. We're not until the deepest core of how we really feel, and we don't move from authenticity, because we put on a mask and we're like, oh, this is how I'm feeling and this is what I'm thinking, and we're only in our minds. We have a persona and an ego created in our minds as a fake persona, as a mask we put on, because we're scared to go into the depths of how we're really feeling. The depths means like these are deeper layers we need to uncover, and how more layers you uncover, the more depth you get in looking into these parts of yourself. The more you become authentic, and the more you become yourself, because you acknowledge the parts of yourself, these negative parts of yourself. But we push it completely away. We push the negative parts of ourself away. We push ourself away, and we become only a shell and a mask and a surface level of what we are really. of the depth and creativity in things we really are. So we are afraid of the darkness. But what do we do when we are afraid of the darkness? We push it away. So we resist it. But what we resist persists. So by pushing it away, we live in hell. We are supposed to go through hell to realize we're in heaven. But we don't go through hell to realize we're in heaven. We get stuck in hell because we resist hell. And hell persists. So we are living in hell. Not everyone, but a big portion of people are living a fucked up life compared to how we can feel. So, now we know this. What are we going to do about it, huh? What are we going to do about this? You can ask that yourself. What are you going to do about it? I would say, let the darkness transform you. Let the darkness transform you. Because the darkness is labeled as ultimately negative. But what if I tell you that the darkness is not ultimately negative? It looks like it's negative from the ego, from the mind perspective, because our society is resisting it so much, so it must be bad. But when you really go in this darkness, and you really go into these fears and to these deeper layers, and you really confront these parts of yourself, and you let your emotions out, and you dive deep in it, you know what really happens. What really happens is you can embrace parts of yourself you've been resisting, and there can be so much love for these parts of yourself that it ultimately transforms you in the person you really are. Transforms you into the person you needed to become. So what if we change our perspective on the negative? What if we change our perspective on the depression, on the fear, on everything? I know how heavy it is. Okay, I'm not going to say it is nothing. I'm not going to say it is something small and we can just transform it like that. It is a heavy and intense process I'm talking about. It's fucking Jesus. Sometimes I'm still struggling with it and I'm like, fucking hell, man. We can acknowledge that it's fucking intense. I'm not saying transform the darkness and boom, be enlightened and you're gonna live an amazing life. It is heavy, okay? And I don't want to discourage you with saying it is heavy, because it's the most rewarding and most beautiful thing you can do. But I'm not gonna say it is easy. I'm gonna be real with you. So how do we let the darkness transform us? And how do we change our mindset towards the darkness? So now it is in a resistance towards the darkness. But in moments I really went into the darkness and I embraced the darkness and I embraced these negative thoughts. Also this amazing love, amazing gratitude, and all these feelings came up. All these positive feelings came up because you're blocking the floodgate. When you're resisting these negative feelings, you're blocking the floodgate. You're not only resisting negative feelings, you're resisting feeling in general. You're not feeling because you think you're blocking the negative, but you're blocking every feeling. So eventually you're only in your mind again and you don't feel anything. So when you open the floodgate and you let this quote unquote negative perceived feelings come in, that's when all the feelings come in. And that's when the feelings of love can come in, the feelings of joy can come in, the feelings of peace can come in, the feelings of how you're supposed to feel, the authenticity, the creativity, the amazement of life, the amazing connections with people. That's when that comes in as well. We're not only blocking the negative, we're blocking every positive feeling we can feel. Okay? So that's why this transformation is so important, because all the positive feelings we are blocking as well. When we're in a depression, we are fighting the negative feelings, or when we're in fear, we're fighting the fear. But we're fighting all feelings, not only the feelings of fear and depression, all positive feelings we're blocking. So when we are ready to embrace these negative parts of ourselves, we also embrace all the positive parts of ourselves. And the negative is temporary. When we feel it and we work through it and we let go of it, it's gone. Okay, it's not forever. But these positive feelings, this peace, this love, and these are not really feelings that are temporary. These are feelings that are always here. It's almost what we are. So open the floodgate. Look into the eyes of your perceived biggest problems, and let them transform you for the positive. Okay? Stop resisting it. Let it all come in. Let yourself die. Because that's the ultimate fear of the ego. That it dies. And it dies. I can assure you. These old patterns of yourself that are so scared to die, they die. But what happens when they die? They are gone. And the real you can come through. And your authenticity can shine. So that's the message for today. If you are interested in joining this movement of talking about spirituality, talking about very important subjects, about thoughts, about feelings, about how we can really become ourselves and then move into the world, be successful, everything you want, follow this channel, because I'm interested in this stuff. So if you're interested in this stuff and you're interested in keeping it sober and practical, join the channel. Check out other videos of me. You can book a call with me. I think it's a top link in the description. For free, I'll give you some, we'll just have a chat, see what is holding you back in life. Maybe I can help you with something. I can give my own feedback. We can talk about stuff for free. And yeah, that's it for now. So if you enjoyed this, like the video. It would be really appreciated. Subscribe on the channel. Feels so corny to do this outro where you say subscribe and like the channel, but I don't know why I did it. Fine. See you guys in the next one.